Hello and welcome to another vlog where I wanted to talk about Footbalance, where they were in the Palisades and they had this thing and I thought, well, what's this about? And you go on it to try and get some sort of insoles for your feet that are not really very comfortable at all, but that's not the most thing. But yeah, it's like that sort of thing that you stand on it and they get you to stand with your feet apart like that. And that's one of the stupid things about it. But then they get you to put your toes up and then put your heels on and get you to stand in some very strange ways. Now this is supposedly to show, you know, where the height of your arch goes at its highest and all these different things. But then they point out about how your leg sticks out when you move. But they've made you stand at weird fucking wonky angles like you're walking like a penguin, and you don't really walk like that naturally. So if you are putting your toes up and your heels and that, and they're trying to say how your things, they sort of bend outward, but if you're actually pointing normally and you're walking, they don't bend out like that as much, you know. So I've put my hand against it and done, you know, normal walking manoeuvres, and it isn't moving, and they're trying to make out, oh, but, you know, you've got a severe deviation. Yeah, sure, if I walk like that with my feet wonky, you know, and you've made it so that it does emphasise and stick out a million ways, but it's not how it naturally goes. But that's not the bad thing about it. The bad thing about it is when you take your shoes off, the guy goes into it and your insoles are glued in. So, you know, they're pretty well glued into your shoes, and if you ever pull them out, then it damages the entire shoe because they're not glued in anymore and they're broken. He went at it like dig, 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 trying to rip it out, and it's like, what do you do, mate? Scratchy, scratchy, scratchy as hard as you fucking can. It's like, oh, I'm just trying to see if your insoles come out. It's like, you can clearly see that they don't come out. You could have asked me for one, but secondly, you're digging so fucking aggressively that you're deliberately trying to damage the shoe or rip them out. And it's like, yeah, no, they're well and truly glued in, mate. They're definitely not damaged, but you're trying to damage my shoes by getting that to happen. And then when they did go around, I think it's still in my pocket. When I did, after they tried them on, if not, I'm throwing it out because it's only a fucking piece of that much of the insole was ripped out. Like, you know, they make you go and stand on it, and yeah, just stare at that spot in front of you, ignore your shoes behind you, whilst we take forever to do something that isn't actually the thing. So, you know, he went and ripped apart part of my insoles, and it's like, nah. And then when they do finally do these things, which aren't even 3D printed, they're just, you know, they take all this time to measure it, and then they get you to stand on this thing and just have it, you know, put your toes up and put your heels in so that it gets to the highest of the points. But it digs into your foot. It's so rock solid and hard that it's pushing into your feet and it's bruising it up, and after like literally less than 30 seconds of wearing it, it's hurting your foot so bad that you're not really going to want to wear these for the entire working day. So, especially not in my job where I was on my feet 12 hours a day up and down the stairs. So that was pretty bad. Now this is a multi-shoe segment. Yes, I'm being weird and eBaying it up, YouTubing it up, but we are talking about eBay because I got a pair of shoes off eBay. They were 99p plus postage. And postage was somewhere in this wrapped up thing that had the address on. I don't care. I don't think I want to know how much postage was, to be honest. But pair of super dry. Yes, they're pre-owned, but they still seem in reasonable condition. And reasonable trainers for 99p plus the small postage charge. It's like about £4 or £5, so in total, it's not that bad. Now what I want to compare them to is what my mum got me as part of my birthday present, and I keep telling her, no clown shoes. Fucking clown shoes. And you'll see what I mean by clown shoes. So I'm size 10. Yes, they're size 11, they're one size too big, but they've got fucking clown noses. Like, you put your feet in, and then you got this entire fucking clown nose where the shoe should end, really, there. And then you got this clown nose, pointy ends at the top. Yes, if I want to be some sort of rhinestone cowboy cosplay, maybe. But the stairs that were at my last job, they were so small that you couldn't even put your natural foot on it. But with these clown shoes, I'm just going to end up tripping over them. That's why they're clown shoes. Because you can't fucking walk in these. You got... Why do you need this extra fucking nose on the end of your shoes? It's like a penis extension. It's like, no, I don't want nor need this. It's not comfortable. I'm going to end up tripping over my feet because they're... It's like, here's what... You know, I'm a naturally agile person. I don't walk flat-footed. If you walk flat-footed, maybe, and that's kind of what they were trying to encourage with this fucking thing here. They were like, oh yeah, you know, you're not meant to walk with any sort of... And then, yeah, here's the deviations. But you can see naturally the leg shapes in these are weird. And then that is definitely deviated. But they were trying to point out, yeah, I've got more like that. But because you're moving, they're trying to say that the movement in how much you walk is causing deviation. It's like, no, they're not deviated, they're perfectly natural. So, you know, they were trying to bullshit and say, oh, but you're so fucking misaligned and it's all deviated, and because you've fucking got some movement in your leg when you actually move, when you've got your feet like that to take the pictures to do this. And it's like, we're not penguins, you made me stand fucking weird to start with, and then you made me do these things, and it's like, oh yeah, but the movement, because you put your toes up, and it's like, look how far it's moved out, and it's like, yeah, it doesn't do that when I've got my feet in a natural position, but when I've got them like that, yeah, I can see the movement. But if you do it in a natural position, with your feet naturally straight, no, it's not happening, there's no deviation at all, mate, so you're bullshitting bollocksing, just to try and sell some fucking expensive insoles that are gonna be fucking worn out in no time, and that were so fucking uncomfortable as well, that they were digging into your feet. But they were just basically heated and moulded, but you could tell they were going to get knackered in no time. And I'd rather buy a fucking pair of gel insoles, because the gel insoles, hey, they're comfortable, they're definitely a lot more better, and they provide the padding in a nice comfortable way, whereas this was some fucking bollocks. Pseudoscience, and it's like, no, you're just bullshitting bollocks up to try and get it. They're taking pictures of me while I'm on it as well, so if there's any sort of marketing suggestion that I actually support it or like it, it's like, no, I do not support this Footbalance bollocks custom insoles. They're expensive. They were in Grand Central Birmingham, footbalance.com. No, I do not support them at all. But yeah, I mean, these will fit my feet. These, they do fit, but they've got a fucking nose on it that is unnecessary and gonna make me trip over my feet if I ever wear them. So, you know, the thoughts there, but I keep having to tell my mum, no, it's not my style, for one, it looks weird. Two, it's gonna make me trip over my feet because, you know, I walk with all of my foot. I use, you know, it's like proper walking, so you put your heel down, you lift and heel and you lift, and yes, and I'm more agile because I've done Thai boxing and things like that, so I do use all of my foot naturally, and I do walk about, and you know, I can walk on my toes and my heels, because especially when I'm running up the stairs sometimes I just use the base of my heels to touch the stairs and bounce off them, because that's more natural for me. And these, you know, it's like you're going to end up getting cucked by the stairs, because that's going to take up most of it, and your heel's probably going to be back here, and it's like, there's your toes, and it's like, you know, it's just going to be a lot harder to fucking manoeuvre in my opinion. But, you know, I'm just not going to be comfortable wearing these in any sort of working environment, so yeah, some sort of cowboy villain cosplay shoes maybe. It's about the best that they could be for me. But there's only so many times you can say no to these styles of shoes, that they're not for me and they don't fit. But yeah, I mean, I think I got a good bargain on eBay, despite eBay being fucking garbage as it is at the moment. But yeah, I mean, it's a reasonable pair of shoes, and I wear shoes out in no time, so I'm surprised that people manage to not wear them out as much, and that's why I don't care about buying them brand new. I'd rather get them pre-owned, because hey, I'm gonna wear them out anyway, so I might as well get some pre-used ones cheaper, so that it's like, yeah, they're not going to last long anyway, so fuck it, I'll get them cheap and have some enjoyment out of them, and then they'll still be worn out. And it's like, oh, and it's like, you know, people sell them on when they've still got all their fucking treads. It's like, when I wear shoes, these treads will be gone. The treads will be gone in no time. But, you know, maybe I do walk funny or something, but hey, my body is perfectly fine and healthy down there. I'm not getting injured feet or legs. I'm perfectly fine. I'm just wearing out my shoes, I guess. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Join us again some more. Goodbye. Well, I say goodbye. Bye.